Hey y'all, Grandma Rose here. I am doing an experiment today. Now I may have to go to town in a bit to finish it, but I can get it started. Cannot guarantee that this is going to work, but I think it might. So let me show you what I've got. Well, you see in front of me, I have a cookie sheet. Just a regular aluminum cookie sheet I've had for a while. Pretty good sized one. The size doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start some seeds inside that I want to move outside. I don't want to have to transplant them. All I want to do, it would be similar to starting something in the grow pots and then popping them out and then planting them in the soil. But what I want to start are the onions, the bunching onions. And I need to have a lot of them. So let me show you what I'm going to do, and I do think it's going to work. So here's my cookie sheet, and we all get these. Maybe not the store, but we all get these flyers, right? So open it up. All right, a sheet of newspaper works too, but this just happened to be the right size. So if you look here, this is hanging off this about an inch on that side, and about the same on this side. I can adjust that. Not wide enough to cover the entire sheet, so I took one page. It actually only came with 3 pages. So this is double layer here. Now I folded this one in half to make that one a double layer. I'm going to put these around the side of the cookie sheet to make edges. Cut strips of packaging tape and tape them to the top of this, and then, like crazy me, I leaned up against it so they're stuck down. I may have to do that some more. I know. But anyway, no judging, please. I'm going to bend these strips around the edge. See this? Let me come here. Around the strips, around the edge of the cookie sheet. And then I'm going to tape them to the bottom of the sheet. I don't want any plastic touching this paper in the middle, because this paper is going to come out and it's going to have dirt on the top of it with plants growing in it, I'm hoping. So what we'll do is put the cardboard around the bottom of the cookie sheet with plastic. And I will put plastic all around to seal it in so the water's not going to be dripping out of it too much. Now I'll leave probably here in the corners where the corner on this is rounded, and it's going to leave a little space on the corners, which will be good for drainage. So that's my plan. Okay, y'all, you can see what I'm doing here now. I've got this tape. I'm just taking off a strip of tape, a little bit at a time, and just putting it on here like so, about like that, and then pulling this out so it's still level with the bottom, and then just taping it around the bottom. So I'm almost done. I didn't show you the whole process. I didn't think you wanted to see the whole thing. That would be long and boring. But let you see just a little bit of it. So that's how I'm doing this, and then I'll get back with you and show you how I finish that. Now this should show this. So here's what I'm doing. I have finished. Turn this around, and you can see that I have taped all the way around the edges of this, connecting this cardboard around the edges of this cookie sheet. That's all I've done at this point. Simple. I mean, anybody can do that. That's easy. It took a little bit of time, but not a big deal at all. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just put this newspaper down in here that I've taped together, and just to make it come up the edge a little bit on the ends, And that's going to be important. That's going to be an important step at the end, when I'm finished. It needed to be a little bit longer than the cookie sheet. Now the next thing I'm going to do will be to get some soil, potting soil, and to put, maybe not all the way to the top, but put an inch or so in here. Then I'm going to plant seeds in it. We are on my front porch. I showed this in a previous video. I don't know if the video is up yet. And maybe it will be before this one, but they may come in out of order. What has happened here? Look at this. This is my bag of potting mix that I bought. I filled up this pot over here. Let's look at this. Over there, right there, it's like a little garbage can, and I filled that up with the potting soil. And I didn't have enough room for the rest of it. So I left this bag split open like this on the porch, and the chickens found it. So we have potting soil all over the porch, but there is still potting soil inside this bag. And I suppose I could sweep off the porch and I could use whatever's left up that's not in the bag and put this in the box too. So here's my little box that I've just made. Put this down here. So what I'm going to do at this point is move the soil that's in that bag over there to the box right there, the one that the chicken's looking at. So here we go. Chickie, move. Move, move, chick, move, chick, 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 move. I think this is going to work. Need a little more. Now I brought a can out. See here. A can, gonna use this. I saved these tomato cans. My tomatoes didn't produce this year, so I'm having to buy tomatoes in the store. But I've been able to find, when they're on sale, I'll pick up several. Get out the big chunks. If there are any big chunks. There's one. That's a rock. Good heavens. What is that rock doing in there? Now, I don't know if that's enough soil or not. I think it might be for what I'm doing. This soil is dry as a bone. So I'm adding water to it. And I'll mix it up, and it's going to need more than that. So the soil is ready. So there we go. That's it. So the soil is moist enough for me to plant. And the planting itself is going to be so easy. It turned out I didn't have any packages of these seeds, of the bunching onion seeds, from a company. But I did have, and I knew I had these, I just didn't know where I would find them. And I do have this. There's the onions. There's the seeds that I collected off my bunching onions. Ooh, uh-oh! Well, I have some on the floor. Maybe I should pick those up and use those. But anyway, so the top is open, and I just spilled some. But I have plenty, and I'll be able to sweep those up. And what's a little dirt when you're putting them back in dirt anyway? So all I'm going to do now is I've got these in my hands, and I'm just going to sprinkle them. I'm planting them heavy. I still have some left. So what I'm doing now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press them in the soil. Just pressing them in the soil. Using my knuckles. You see this? Your knuckles do a better job for some reason. I can't tell you, don't know why. But it's easier to use the back of your hand. Use your fingers like this. Work around. And don't ask me why it works better, but it does. Maybe you can put more pressure in it. I don't know what it is, but this works for me. And that's done. So those onion seeds are planted. Now, I don't know what the germination on these is going to be because they came out of my garden. They may be better than I would get from the store, but I don't know. They may not come up at all, and I guess I'll find out that in a few days. I'm just getting like a handful, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over and continue doing that just a little bit at a time. These big pieces like that just fell out, I'm taking out. I don't want chunks. But this is mostly, I think, peat moss probably. Oh, and if you were looking out there, notice the chickens eating this. What they're eating is the white specks of vermiculite in it. Yeah, chickens will eat small stones and things. It helps their digestion, and that's exactly what they're doing with this. They're just picking out the vermiculite, I guess, to go in their gizzard. They've got a lot of sand and stuff in their gizzard, so imagine that's what they're doing. So that's enough. And reach over here. I have a bottle. It's just a spray bottle of water, and I'm going to spray. Give it a pretty good spraying since that soil on the top was dry. We know the soil on the bottom was plenty moist, so we just have to get the soil on the top moist too. And since it's not very thick, I'm just spraying. This will be fine. And if it feels dry later on, then I will add some more. And that's all there is to it. Now the idea, as I said before, the idea on this was after these onions germinate and they get a little bit of growth on them, I'm going to take them outside, get them accustomed, acclimated to the outdoor weather, and then I will take the cardboard off of this tray and slide this onto the soil in my garden. By that time, I'm hoping the pumpkins that are in there right now and taking up all this space will have died down, and I'll be able to see where the soil is. As it is right now, I don't even know where the soil is because it's all covered up with pumpkin leaves, which is a good thing, I suppose. However, right now I wanted to plant the onions, and I didn't have a space in my garden to plant them, so I planted them inside, and they'll go out there in a little while, a month or so maybe. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all. See you next time.